Myself, Professor Pawar VK from Department of Geography, J.A.T Art, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon. On behalf of this video presentation, I welcome you all. These depositional features are formed at the mouth of the rivers where the rate of deposition of sediments is more than the rate of its removal. Most of the load carried by a river is ultimately deposited into the sea or a lake. This load sometimes collects at the river mouth. Due to this continuous deposition along the mouth, a river is forced to develop a new channel through which the water flows towards the sea. Soon this new channel gets choked up by sediments, and numerous new channels keep on developing at the mouth. These channels are known as distributaries. Thus, a triangular region made up of the tributaries separated by swamps and alluvium filled areas is known as a delta. Delta itself is a triangular shape, and as the shape of this deposition is triangle like, hence they are known as deltas. The apex of this triangular region is towards the land, while its base lies towards the sea. All rivers do not form deltas along their mouths because they are built under some ideal conditions. That is, for the formation of deltas at the mouth of every river requires some ideal conditions. Now we will see what are the ideal conditions for the formation of a delta. Number one, the river should have a long upper course so that it erodes the highlands or mountainous or hilly region and brings large quantities of sediments with it. Second condition, the river should have a long lower course so that it flows with a gentle velocity and the sediments are deposited along its mouth. Numerous or various rivers rise in Western Ghats or in Sahyadris. The west flowing rivers are swift flowing and have short lower courses. These rivers have not formed deltas because of this swift flowing and short courses. But opposite to this, the east flowing rivers like the Godavari and the Krishna have long lower courses and have formed large deltas at their mouths. Number third condition, the seabed near the mouth of a river should be shallow so that sediments will accumulate on it. Due to the shallowness, as the speed of the river, it retards, it becomes sluggish at the mouth, and ultimately the deposition takes place at the mouth of the river. Fourth condition, the tides that occur in the sea near the mouth of the river should not be forceful so that the rate of deposition of sediments exceeds the rate of its removal. Because if the tides are forceful, though the river deposits the sediments will be breached or removed by these particular tides. So all these are the four ideal conditions. The next fifth ideal condition for the formation of delta is that there should be no ocean currents near the mouth of a river. In the same way as the tides may breach or erode the deposited material, the strong ocean currents will also breach or remove the deposited material. So all these five ideal conditions, if they are found along the mouth of the river, there the huge deltas may be found or formed at the mouth of the river. Now we will see the types of deltas in brief. On the basis of their shapes, deltas are divided into following types. Number one, first type of delta is the Arcuate Delta. These deltas are very common. They are composed mainly of coarse material like gravel and sand. They are triangular in shape and their seaward areas are like arcs or bows. Rivers like the Nile, the Ganga and the Irrawaddy have formed deltas of arcuate shape. Second type of delta, bird's foot deltas. These deltas are rather unusual and are built up along those mouths of the rivers which deposit large amount of fine sediments. The rivers join the seas through very few distributaries along which levees have been formed. These distributaries maintain their channels across the delta. The Mississippi Delta is of this type. Third, the Caspet Deltas. These deltas attain a pointed shape like a tooth. The river Tiber has formed this type of delta. Number 4, Turian deltas. These deltas are formed along the mouths of the rivers that join the seas through estuaries. As sediments are deposited on a large scale in the estuary, the delta front does not extend on a large scale towards the sea. The rivers like the Rhine and the Susquehanna join the sea through this type of delta. So these were the types of deltas.